what's going on, Mark? Hey, we are about 9.5 minutes till tip off, so whatever, 6, 7, 8 minutes. Uh, 2 and 2's fine, something like that. 2 and 2.5, whatever. Yep, nope, that'd be just fine. Nope, that's fine.
What's the Wi-Fi password, Dan? Do you know?
Oh. Welcome, everybody, on the live stream. Let's see.
Say the password on the live stream so everybody will have it. No big deal.
I don't know how you know.
Okay.
Let me see.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not
Hold
a
on
big
a
deal.
second, I think. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to Chetopa, Kansas, where tonight the Indians of St. Paul takes on the Hornets of Chetopa in the opening round of sub-state play here for boys action. This is a 4 and 5 seed action game here tonight, where St. Paul has to travel onto the road in opening round of the sub-state playoffs. The rest of the games will be played in Billy Fager Fieldhouse, assuming that the Indians can't advance. Or rather not the Indians or Hornets. The rest of the sub-state will be hosted from St. Paul. The opening round games, if you did not receive a bye, which was only the number 1 seed, the other 4 games you have to travel to the opposing opponents with a better record.
Yeah, Dan, it's nice to see the boys finally get back on the court. It's been, gosh, what, 2 or 3 weeks now, it seems like, since they've had the ball in their hand other than practice. And you know, it's a game that should be a pretty competitive game for the Indians. Chetopa, I think, has won 5 games, so you know it'll be a good matchup. And you'd kind of like to see them get out of here with the win, because you don't get to host sub-state very often in your own gym, and it's kind of sad if you have that home court situation going on for sub-state, and then you don't get to play on it.
Yeah, in the past, the Indians in the last couple years when they combined Division I. There was not a split division between Division I and Division II, and it was all just one division. You had regionals, and it was a lot tougher to advance to sub-state and state, where sub-states was usually played at either El Dorado or Emporia. So as Ross just alluded to, it's really, really nice to be able to host your own sub-state for the girls and boys action. And a little different with COVID this year, with not much of a crowd allowed to attend, but it's still nice not to have to travel and get to play on your home court. And that's what the boys hope to do after tonight, is to be able to finish off this sub-state playing at home in Billy Fager Fieldhouse.
Yeah, and another thing that would be nice to be able to get that next game is, you know, up to this point, family members only have been able to come to the games. But at a sub-state, I believe they've loosened that up a little bit, and I think there's only so many tickets per player. But at the same time, I don't think they're limiting that to moms and dads. I think, you know, some more extended family and maybe friends, if there's enough tickets available, can get to go to the game and get to watch something that they, you know, really kind of missed out on all year long.
Now, as Ross alluded to, the Indian girls had to knock some rust off this week after quarantine, but the boys has really got to get the WD-40 out tonight, because it is on thick. It has been, it seems like, a month and a half since they've played any basketball, and even being allowed to practice after coming off of back-to-back quarantines, where they was just about out of one quarantine, had to roll back into the past quarantine. I don't know that I remember in recent history, well, it's unprecedented, that the boys has only had, what, 9 games on the season, 7 or 9 games total. So not nowhere near a full schedule. So this is going to be like Christmas time getting to play here tonight.
Yeah, talking with Coach Weitrick a little bit before the game, Dan, he said it's kind of like it's been 4 separate seasons rolled into one, because about the time they get a game or 2 in and they start getting a little rhythm in practice, season, you know, quarantine happens, and then they have to sit out a while. And he says it's just hard. He says he's really tried to keep it simple the last couple of weeks, because they just haven't had enough court time to really put a lot of complicated stuff in.
Yeah, you wonder about, you know, how good a shape you're going to be in, and stamina throughout this game. We'll see how that goes, on how deep the rotation the Indian boys are. Just 10 boys suiting up here tonight. Not most everybody back, or everybody is back from quarantine. So that's a good thing, and hopefully you can finish out the season here strong here at Chetopa, Kansas, as we get set to go over lineup. What do you think the keys to tonight will be, Ross?
Well, you know, I think obviously shooting a decent percentage is always a tough thing sometimes for the Indians. And I think if they can come out and after being off for so long, if they could just come out and keep things even for a little bit out of the gate, I think that'll sure help them. You know, if they come out and they just kind of get overwhelmed early on, I think it'll be hard for them to recover.
Yeah, I know Coach Weitrick excited here tonight to get back onto the court. And I believe we're going to have the national anthem here in just a second, but to finish off this pregame ceremony here before we go over starting lineups on each team, they go over, get set to go over starting lineups, and it just reminded me that as we get set starting lineups for each team, and we're going to see if they're going to play the national anthem here in just a second. Let's go ahead and take a break. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
2, sophomore Landon Beechner. Number 3, sophomore Trey Peters. Number 4, sophomore Kaiser Watrick.
Oh, welcome back as we get set to go over start lineups. This activity is being brought to you by this station, its advertising, and the member schools of the Kansas State High School Association. Any rebroadcast, in whole or in part, may not be made without the written permit of KSHA. So the starters for the Indians: Landon Beechner, Ivan Murillo, Trey Peters, Kaiser Watrick, and Austin O'Hara. For the Hornets of Chetopa, number 2, Wright. Number 4, Scott. Number 5, Dakota Peace. Number 11, senior Caden Dugan. And number 13, sophomore Tyler Beck.
Yeah, I'd say, Dan, it's the same starting lineup for the Indians, but it's been so long since we played, I really don't remember what the starting lineup was.
Yeah, me neither. As it will be St. Paul basketball as we get set to get underway in boys action here tonight. Looks like Chetopa's going to start out into a zone defense. See if Murillo or someone can get started for the Indians from the outside here. One of the good games the Indians had from shooting them outside, Ivan come out 3 for 3 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that was the Moran game in the Yates Center tournament. It really got the Indians going, and the whole team shot well that night after Ivan started it off.
Landon Beechner inbounds the ball into Kaiser Watrick. Now Trey Peters, they get set against this 2-on-2 zone defense put up by the Hornets. Down to the corner to Beechner. Beechner back up to Peters. He whips it around to Watrick. Watrick outside to Murillo, just about lost the handle. Whips it across the court now, steal by Chetopa. Scott with the basketball, whips it over to Wright. Wright at left wing, down to the corner to number 11, Dugan. Dugan drives the baseline, jump shot on the way, short. O'Hara with the rebound. Watrick tries to cross-court pass across a whole herd of Hornets and threw it right to Chetopa. I think he got away with a double dribble right before that anyway.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe traveled or double dribbled, so probably justice was served.
There's going to be a foul on the Indians to get started. The Indians start in a man-to-man as a foul on piece. It's going to be on the floor. Chetopa basketball under their own rim. First foul on number 24. That is Murillo. On the inbounds, Dugan, jump shot, 2 on the way. Off the iron, over the backboard, no good. And it's going to go to the Indians. St. Paul basketball. Landon Beechner set to put the ball in play and does so to Trey Peters. 7:03 left to go in the first. No score. To the corner to Watrick. Watrick whips it across court to Beechner. Long 3 on the way. Off the backboard. No good. Rebound. Fought for, and it's going to be off of Chetopa, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Indians of St. Paul. Indians basketball under their own rim. Trey Peters set to put the ball in play for the Indians of St. Paul. He waits. Count is on. Need to get it in bounds and does so to Watrick. One dribble. Ball tipped. Ends up in O'Hara's hands. Whips it to Beechner. Beechner into the free throw line. Turnaround shot. Good by Austin O'Hara.
Nice job by Austin. He just got that ball at the free throw line. Turned. The defender wasn't really going to face guard him too tight, and he just put it up and in.
Now turnover by Chetopa gives it right back to the Indians of St. Paul.
Yeah, and I see a little fire with the Indians. I know that was one of Coach Weitrick's concern, Dan, was were they going to come out with some motivation and a little fire after being off for so long, and it looks like they are playing with some decent energy.
Landon Beechner down to baseline, whips it back up. Trey Peters 3 on the way, off the iron, no good. Murillo, offensive rebound, whips it back out to Watrick, over to Peters, another 3 on the way. Off, no good, tipped out to Chetopa. Beck with the rebound for Chetopa. Beck up above the timeline, Beechner picks him up. Screen set, gets around Beechner all the way in, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2. He was way underneath the basket. Don't think he could have got a shot off even if he wanted to, but he's fouled by Landon. Second team foul on the Indians, first on Landon.
Yeah, he drove the baseline, and it was kind of open for him. But like you said, Dan, he was so far under the basket, I don't think he would have had much of a shot at making it.
Settles in for his second. It's on its way. Misses them both. O'Hara gets it knocked out of his hands, and it's going to be St. Paul's basketball as that was out on Dakota Peace. St. Paul basketball, 2-on-2 zone applied by Chetopa. Peters whips it over to Beechner. Beechner open for a three, passes on it, whips it back out to Trey. Trey back to Beechner. Now he fires up a three. Off the iron, no good. Murillo is going to be an over-the-back call on Ivan Murillo. His second. Team foul number 3.
Yeah, Ivan's about our only big post tonight. You hate to see him get in foul trouble early, Dan.
Chetopa, a little full court pressure applied by the Indians. It is Scott with the basketball. Has it poked away for a minute. Whips it across court, almost to back court. Ends up in Beck's hands. Beck's against Beechner. Now double team down. Good pass inside. Shot up and put in there by Wright. His first 2 of the game ties the score at 2.
Yeah, drove on down the baseline, and when the defense collapsed on it, he just dished it off right in front.
Floater on the way by Beechner. No good. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2 as he's fouled. Oh, wait a minute. They did not give that on. Guess they're going to call that on the floor before the shot. Mason Winter checks into the game for Murillo.
Didn't really see any contact until the shot, Dan.
I didn't either, but they give it to him on the floor, so no shooting. O'Hara shot from the baseline, long, way long, no good. Rebound, Dugan for Chetopa. Dugan brings the ball, crossed half court, poked away by Peters. Ball's loose. Watrick ends up with it. Whips it ahead to Beechner. Got a little fast break opportunity. Now Beechner pulls it up above the timeline over to Winter. Now to O'Hara. Shot up on the way. No good. No rebounders in there for the Indians. Scott with the rebound for Chetopa. You'd like to see Austin with a little ball fake. Drive that on into the basket, Ross. Try to get a foul call or a little closer for the shot.
Yeah, I think he could have got all the way to the basket on that one and gave himself just a little bit better chance of getting it in the basket.
Travel by the Hornets. Turnover gives it back to the Indians. 4:48 left to go in the first, tied at 2. Beechner whips it over to Winter. Inside to O'Hara. O'Hara gets all tangled up, travels, and turns it right back over to Chetopa.
Yeah, he was making his move down low, and he got a little tangled up with the defender. They didn't call a foul on the contact, and it was defender really wasn't moving his feet, and he just got his feet tangled up and fell down and got the travel call.
30-second timeout by Chetopa. We'll go ahead and stay here for this timeout. Been a little bit of a slow start offensively for each team playing hard, but not a big Chetopa in that 2-1-2 zone as the Indians has already fired up, 4 threes?
They got 4 threes, 0 for 4, yes.
And 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. So they're going to have to start knocking some of them shots down against that 2-1-2 zone defense.
Yeah, and now Trey plays out on the perimeter, but he's probably got a couple of inches on the Chetopa's tallest player too. It might be interesting to see if they try to post him up a little bit.
Dugan with the basketball all the way in, and they're going to get a foul on the Indians as he went in hard to the rim. Not much contact there, but that's what the Indians need to do, force the refs to make a call. Now they're going to call before the shot. It's going to be on Austin O'Hara, number 33, his first team foul, number 4. So already 4 team fouls on the Indians, a 3 on the way. Off, no good by Wright. Peters with the basketball. Feeds it back to Winter. Winter comes across, has it stripped out of his hands. It's going to stay with the Indians as it's knocked out of Mason Winter's hands.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see, like you said, Dan, the Indians just drive that ball to the basket. A lot of times good things happen when you force the action sometimes.
Peters with the basketball up above the timeline. Cross-court pass and a turnover as it went through Winter's hands. All the way down comes number 5, and good job defense by Trey Peters pinning him. Shot's no good. Watrick with it to O'Hara. O'Hara's shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Put back no good. Tapped around and going to be out on the Indians.
Yeah, Indians kind of had a nice 2-on-1 fast break. I think Austin maybe had a chance to dish it off to the St. Paul Indian on the backside for a little bit better shot, but it wasn't a bad shot by Austin at all, and just couldn't get it to fall. O'Hara
starts from the field, making his first shot, not one since, and had a lot of opportunities at it, and another foul on the Indians, 15 foul, as Peace gets around Winter, and Peters has to come pick up and help and fouls him. Peace is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you know, I think Trey probably wouldn't have got the foul call. He just brought his hand down. Instead of staying vertical, he brought the right arm down, and you pretty much get that called on you every time.
Peace gives the Hornets the first lead of the game. They lead 3-2. 3:50 left to go here in the first period. Peace settles into the line for his second. It's on its way and right through there. Chetopa out to a 4-2 lead. 3:49 left to go here in the first period. Watrick, jump shot, no good. Long. Peace with the rebound. Boy, it looked like he traveled with it.
Yes.
Peace with the basketball. Oh, Winter picks him up above the timeline. Peace into the lane, kicks it out. 3-point shot on the way. Long, no good. And that's going to be out on Winter as Peace with the save off of Winter's leg. Peace with the rebound on the backside. Mason not getting a body into him, blocking him out. 3:28 left to go here in the first. 4-2 Hornets lead.
Yeah, you don't want to give any second chance points. Neither team really shooting very well, and when teams aren't shooting very well, those offensive rebounds and second chances sure make a big difference.
Peace travels with the basketball. Turnover gives it right back to the Indians. St. Paul basketball. Vincent Smith into the game the first time, so on the floor for the Indians. Vincent Smith, Landon Beechner, Kaiser Watrick, Trey Peters, and Mason Winter. Chetopa leads 4-2, and here's another turnover by the Indians, right with the basketball, right all the way down. There's a foul by Landon Beechner, and that's going to send right to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Chetopa, they're definitely going hard to the basket. Of course, that was an open court layup, but you know, Landon's either got to get out of the way or try to get vertical on that.
First free throw on its way, short, no good, as Dylan Pauly checks into the ball game.
Indians already have 6 fouls in the first quarter, Dan. Probably a little bit of that is just the rust of not being out on the court very much lately.
It's the difference between the Indians playing a man-to-man and Chetopa back in that zone defense. Winter whips it ahead now into the lane. There's got to be a foul, and it is on right. 4-2. Chetopa leads by 2. 3:01 left to go in the first period. St. Paul basketball under their own rim. Trey Peters set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Now on the floor for the Indians, Winter, Dylan Pauly, Trey Peters, Kaiser Watrick, and Vincent Smith. Somebody going to have to step up to score for the Indians. And a pass into traffic, stolen away entirely. Way too many turnovers by the Indians. 3 on the way by the Hornets. No good. And that's going to be a rebound out to Chetopa. Carter with the basketball has it swatted away by Winter. It's going to stay with the Hornets.
Yeah, another possession where Chetopa's gotten 2 offensive rebounds, and like I said, you give him too many chances, the ball's going to go in the basket at some point.
Ball fake by Wright, and it's going to be a jump ball tie-up, and it's going to stay with the Hornets on the possession error. Good hands by Dylan Pauly. Always like his energy as he comes on the floor.
Yeah, he gives you everything he has, and that was a nice job of not fouling and reaching in there and causing the jump ball.
Looking for the inbounds, and knocked loose and stolen away by Kaiser Watrick. Mason Winter with the basketball off to Vincent Smith into Pauly, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. And it's going to be St. Paul basketball under their own rim. 16 fouls on the Indians, 4 on the Hornets.
I think I'd have liked to seen Dylan. Dylan had it right on the block. If there was a defender on him, but I think I would have liked to seen him go up strong, Dan, and try to hit the chip shot instead of kicking it out for the 3.
Inbounds into Watrick. Watrick back to Vincent Smith. Back to Watrick at the left wing. Cross-court pass over to Winter. Up to Trey Peters. Ball fake. Going to get whistled for the travel. Sub into the game for the Hornets. Number 13 back into the game. He's going to come in for Wright, give him a break.
Score hanging at 4-2. Green Hornets still in the lead.
Beck with the basketball for the Hornets. Spins into the lane. Shot on the way. Another foul on the floor, and that's going to send Beck to the line to shoot front end of a 1-on-1. 17th foul already on the Indians.
Yeah, Green Hornets are in the bonus. And they've already shot 6 free throws to this point. We're not even out of the first quarter.
And he gets the first.
Beck's first point.
And the Hornets lead 5-2. Beck's second free throw on its way. Off, no good. Rebound by Trey Peters. And there's a foul on the floor by Peace. And it's going to be St. Paul basketball. 15 foul on the Hornets, 7 on the Indians. Hornets lead 5-2, 2:11 left to go in the first period. Trey Peters with the basketball. Hornets stay in this 2-1-2, and why not when you've held the Indians to a horrible shooting percentage from the field with only 2 points.
I think we're 1 for 10 or 1 for 11, Dan.
Watrick with a 3. In there, Kaiser Watrick gets a much-needed 3 and ties the score at 5. Maybe that'll get the Indians knocked loose and rolling here on offense. Chetopa basketball. Dugan with the basketball. Dribbles out at the right wing. Dylan Pauly on him. Whips it over to Scott. He walks with the basketball. Austin O'Hara back into the game for Pauly. St. Paul basketball all knotted up at 5. 1:37 left to go here in the first period. Lazy pass inside. Luckily, O'Hara got it over to Trey Peters. 3 on the way. Long. No good. And knocked out of bounds by the Indians. I've never understood that jump up in the air and swat it with your hand.
Yeah, grab that ball. You're right, Dan.
Scott set to put the ball in play. Full court pressure applied by Indians. Peace with the basketball now. Bounce pass out to Beck. Beck with the ball. Gets Watrick. Watrick above the timeline. Whips it to the right wing to Dugan. Dugan drives into the elbow. Shot on the way. Gets it to go.
Nice little pull-up jumper by Dugan on that one.
Watrick over to Vincent Smith. Bounce pass inside to O'Hara. Gets it swatted away, but he's fouled by Beck. That's going to send O'Hara to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and that's one of those calls, Dan, that it might have been clean, but he just swatted so hard at it that you just never get that call when you really bring your arm down and have that much arm action on the block.
Austin O'Hara at the line to shoot 2 with just under 1 minute left to go here in the first. First free throw on its way. Long.
First free throws of the game for the Indians.
No good. Hornets cling to a 7-5 lead. Second free throw on its way. Long, no good. Rebound comes out to the Hornets. Carter with rebound, who's back into the game for the Hornets. To Peace, he travels with the ball, and it goes right back to the Indians. 7-5. Hornets up by 2 with 50 seconds left to go in the first. Trey Peters with the basketball. Crosses half court, whips it back over to Watrick. Watrick, bounce pass over to Vincent Smith. 3 on the way by Smith. No good. Trey Peters with the rebound. Tries to feed it to O'Hara inside, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Hornets. And it'll stay with the Indians. Mason Winter set to put the ball in play for the Indians.
See if the Indians hold it for one shot, Dan. 35 seconds left in the quarter.
Knocked out of bounds by Beck. It'll stay with the Indians. Indians going to have to start watching their passes, Ross. Just entirely too many turnovers, trying to throw it into the heart of that 2-on-2 defense. And then a lot of long cross-court passes. It's getting tipped and stolen away.
Yeah, that's probably just a little bit of a residual from not getting to play any live action against the team going hard at them, you know, for the last 3 weeks. O'Hara
with the 3's no good. Now Watrick pokes it loose from Peace. Peace around 1 into the lane, shot up, no good, and he's fouled again. And I believe it's going to be Mason Winter with the foul. Dylan Pauly back into the game for the Indians. 8th team foul. That's going to send Peace to the line to shoot 2. Settles in for his first. It's on its way and right through there and good. That gives the Hornets a 3-point lead, 8-5.
Pease is 3 for 3 shooting free throws tonight so far.
Benetti into the game for the Hornets. Peace second free throw on its way. Off, no good. Pauly chases it down for the Indians. Peace whips it out of Vincent Smith's hands, out of bounds. 12 seconds left to go in the quarter. Now we'll probably hold it for the last shot, Ross. Vincent Smith off to Watrick. 10 seconds, back to Peters. 7 seconds, 6. Peters drives, floater on the way, can't get it to go. 2, 1, shot at the buzzer is no good. And at the end of 1, Hornets 8, Indians 5. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. The St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. St. Paul will start with basketball to start this second period. They trail 8-5 to the Hornets of Chetopa. Beechner with the basketball for the Indians. Feeds it to O'Hara. O'Hara over to Smith. Back up top to Beechner. Jump shot on the way. Boy, that's a late double dribble call on Landon. Turnover gives it right back to the Hornets.
Yeah, Keith's got Landon and Ivan back in the game. Both have 2 fouls, and you don't want him to get their third, but I think he's probably thinking we need to get a little bit, do something to try to get some offense going, Dan.
Hornets with the basketball. That had to be a carry.
Yeah.
How is that not a carry? Shot, three-pointer on the way. Rebound comes out to the Hornets, now stripped away by the Indians. Ivan Murillo with the basketball. Peace cuts him off. Off to Peters. Peters ball fake, drives the baseline, shot on it. Oh, there ain't no way that was a charge.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, Dan.
Dugan cut underneath Peters. Yeah, he was standing there. Peters went to go around him, and he whistles him for charge. And that's the second on Trey Peters. So all of a sudden, Murillo, Beechner, and Peters all with 2 fouls each.
Yeah, Coach Weidrich's going to stay with Trey, though, and hopefully plays smart and doesn't pick up that third foul. But I think Keith just wants to make sure we don't let the game kind of slip, the lead get a little bigger for the Hornets.
Beck with the basketball for the Hornets. Right wing off to Peace. Hornets still lead 8-5. A long three-pointer. And he gets it. He was 6 feet beyond the arc. And the Hornets out to 11-5 lead. Murillo tries to answer. Off, no good. Over the backboard. 3 is no good. And the Hornets up by 6, 11-5. 6:55 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, he was closer to the spiking line on that last 3 than he was to the three-point line, Dan.
Beck with the basketball. Steal by Peters. Peters on the breakaway, all the way down. Left-hand layup, good.
Nice job by Trey to anticipate that pass and got it off, stole it on the wing and was smooth sailing all the way to the basket.
His first 2 of the game. Now ball's knocked loose. Murillo comes out there with it. Feeds it ahead to O'Hara. He loses it for a minute. And there's a double dribble as Austin trying the fast break. Got all tangled up. Should have got it off to a guard.
Yeah,
and gives it right back to the Hornets. You work so hard to get a turnover.
I was going to say the same thing. He's your post player, and you don't want him bringing the ball down the court.
Now Landon Beechner almost with the steal, doing a good job of hustling into the passing lane. And that's what I think the Indians need to do is try to get some transition points like the Indian girls and get their motor run a little bit here on offense.
Yeah, you'd say let's press them, Dan, but to be able to run the press, you got to get the ball in the basket to be able to set it up.
The problem is press is okay, but you don't want to foul. Next foul that puts Chetopa in the double bonus. Ball's loose on the floor, shot up, and he gets it to go, and I don't know how, right in traffic, and he gives the Hornets a 6-point lead, 13-7. Landon off to Murillo. Peters for 3 from the corner, off, no good. O'Hara with a rebound. Now Beechner with a 2, no good. Backside rebound by Dugan. Dugan with the basketball all the way into the lane, feeds it off. A little floater on the way, no good. Peters with the rebound.
Yeah, game's going back and forth. It's a good pace, but no one's able to get the ball in the basket.
Trey Peters with the basketball off to Beechner, over to Murillo. Murillo fires a three, off, short, no good. Backside rebound by Vanetti. Crossover by Wright against Watrick. Off to the corner. Now, nope, fakes the three. Drives in is Dugan. Back out to Wright. Wright drives in. Watrick strips it away. And it's going to be a foul on Kaiser. That's going to send Dugan to the line to shoot. Or no, well, it's going to be two shot for somebody. Who is a foul on?
It's on Kaiser. That's his second. And looks like
it was against Wright. He's going to go to the line to shoot two because the Indians have the Hornets in the double bonus the rest of the way.
Yeah, Wright just drove it into the lane and kind of forced the contact. Kaiser was trying to get out of the way, but like I said, we talked a little bit about Dan driving to the basket, make the refs call something. 9 times out of 10, the offense gets the call.
First free throw, no good by Wright. Settles in for his second. It's on its way off, no good. That's an undercut by number 20, and he calls it. Vanetta with the foul. 6th team foul on the Indians is Vanetta cutting underneath Murillo. And that's the 16th foul on the Indians. Now, 4 different Indians with 2 fouls each. So going to have to be extraordinarily careful here in the last 5 minutes of the second period.
Yeah, you know, and how that impacts you is you can't be as aggressive as you would be.
Trey Peters fires up a three and finally gets one to go. And it's a 3-point lead for the Hornets, 13-10.
Yeah, Trey's first 3 of the game. Hopefully he can heat up a little bit.
Right to Peace. Peace inside all the way to the rim. No good. Rebound by the Hornets. Carter puts it back in there and gets the Hornets back up to a 5-point lead.
Carter's first 2 points of the game.
Beechner to Watrick. Watrick at the corner, feeds it back up to Landon. Landon into the lane. Floater on the way. No good. Swatted out to Watrick. 3-pointer on the way, and Kaiser Watrick with his second 3 of the night gets the Indians within 2, 15-13.
Yeah, Kaiser's not usually a big kid who takes a lot of threes, and he's already got 2 here in the first half.
Right, off to Peace. Peace with the basketball. Tries to get past, spins. That's going to be a carry. Yep, good call as he was about to spin around O'Hara, but he carried the basketball. Murillo back out of the game. Mason Winter into the game as the Indians trail by 2, 15-13. 4:06 left to go here in the second period.
Yeah, Indians probably the last 2 minutes have played with a lot of spark, a lot of energy, and clawed back from a 6 to 8 point deficit.
Peters off to Winter, to Watrick, cross-court pass, terrible pass, right to Vanetta. Vanetta, jump shot on the way, off, no good. Watrick with the rebound. Watrick brings the ball back down the court. Feeds it off to Beechner. Beechner, 3-pointer on the way, way long, no good. Backside rebound to Peace for the Hornets. Feeds it ahead.
No, go ahead, Dan.
To Carter, shot up is good, and 1. And that's his 3rd foul. So probably a little frustration there by Landon off of missing the 3 badly.
Yeah, and on that 3, Dan, Landon had plenty of time to get his feet set and line that one up, and he kind of rushed it and it was fading away a little bit.
Carter at the line for the and 1. It's on its way off the backboard and good.
He's got 5 points. Carter's at 5 points probably the last couple of minutes.
St. Paul basketball, 3:30 left to go here in the first half, 18-13. Indians down by 5. Mason Winter, bad cross-court pass and a steal by Wright. All the way in, layup, no good. Winter fights for it, ball's loose on the ground. Peters comes out there with it. And now a timeout. Coach Watrick, full timeout, so we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You listen to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back, 18-13. Indians trail by 5. St. Paul basketball, 3:12 left to go here in the first half. Peters with the basketball. Hornets stay in this 2-on-2 zone. Been in it the entire first half.
Yeah, and we haven't really done anything to discourage them from getting out of it.
3 on the way by Mason Winter. Way off, long, no good. Rebound to the Hornets. Peace with the basketball for the Hornets. Feeds it back up top to Wright. Wright, 5 points on the night for the Hornets. Thought about the 3, passes up, feeds it back up top of the key to Peace, back to Wright. 2:35 left to go in the second. Right pass Winter, Peace all the way to the rim, no good, Wright to the rim, no good. Rebound comes out to the Indians. Watrick, shot on the way, no good, tipped out, chased down by O'Hara, feeds it back up top to Trey Peters. Peters around to the left, feeds it off to Vincent Smith, the Winner, whips it around to Watrick, another 3 on the way, short, no good. Mason Winter with the rebound, he's gonna be fouled, O'Hara with the rebound. He's gonna go to the line, shoot the front end of 1-on-1. Good offensive rebound by O'Hara.
Yeah, the 3 by Kaiser looked like it was gonna go in, Dan. It was right on, dead on, but it hit the back of the rim and bounced in. And
it was that angle from me and Ross that it looked like it was dead on, and it was just a little off, a little long, and bounces off. O'Hara at the line to shoot front end 1-on-1. Really need to knock these down. O'Hara's first one on its way off. O'Hara offers from the foul line so far here tonight. Rebound comes out to Chetopa. Wild shot up on the way. Peace with the weak side rebound. Feeds it off to Vanetta. Shot on the way and good.
That's Vanetta's first 2 points of the night.
7-point lead now for the Hornets. 1:50 left to go here in the first half. They lead 20-13. O'Hara gets it poked away. Now Wright with the steal all the way in, blocked by Peters. Dylan Pauly back down towards the rim hard, tries to whip it across court, knocked out of bounds by the Hornets. It'll stay with the Indians.
Yeah, Hornets bench a little upset. They thought their player got fouled going up for that layup, but it was a nice block by Trey. See if the Indians can do something with it on their end of the court.
St. Paul basketball under their own rim. Vincent Smith set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Off to Watrick, over to Peters. Peters drives into the lane, going to get whistled for the travel on the big first step. Second time tonight, Peters has been whistled for too big of a first step. 1:30 left to go here in the second period. Hornets up by 7.
That's just a call they seem to make a lot more nowadays, Dan, than they used to.
Beck with the basketball for the Hornets. Crosses over. How's that not a travel? Throws up a wild shot. Now Vincent Smith with it. Smith crosses over, shot up, way too hard, no good, and it's going to be a jump ball, possession error towards the Hornets. Indians need to get under control and not just play a turnover game with the Hornets.
Yeah, and when you're out of control, Dan, you don't get the calls from the refs like you do when you are in control, and as you can see, we're in pretty big foul trouble compared to the Hornets at this point.
1 minute left to go here in the first half. Dugan with the basketball, 3 on the way, short, no good. Pauly with the rebound, off to Watrick, and feeds it over the head of Peters, out of bounds, right back to the Hornets it goes.
Yeah, Indians did a nice job of really clawing back into the game and getting within 2, but the Hornets have expanded the lead back to 7, Dan.
Way over double-digit turnovers for each team in this first half. Indians have been relegated to mostly shooting the 3 from the outside and pretty poor shooting percentage. Pauly with a good steal. Pauly all the way down. Layup good. Good shot by Dylan Pauly for the 2. And there's going to be a foul on Smith. That's going to send number 3, Carter, to the line to shoot 2. That's one thing you don't want to do.
No, 30 seconds left. And they're going to call that on Trey, Dan, so that's going to be Trey's 3rd foul also.
So the Indians in all kinds of foul trouble with 34 seconds left to go here in the first half. Free throw on its way. Good by Carter. Carter settles in the line for his second. 21-15, 6-point lead for the Hornets. Carter tries to make it 7 and does.
Carter's having a nice night. That's 7 for him.
Winner off to O'Hara, into Pauly. Pauly loses it, shot up, no good. Wild shot, Peace with the rebound. 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Off to the right wing to Dugan. Dugan crosses over, drives into the lane, walks with the basketball with 10 seconds left to go in the second period. Watrick lets the ball, now he has it, 9 seconds, 8, into O'Hara, couple ball fakes, jump shot on the way, too hard, no good, rebound to the Hornets, 1 second, and shot at the buzzer, no good. Halftime score, Hornets 22, Indians 15. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Well, welcome back. Halftime here at Chetopa, Kansas, where the Hornets lead the Indians in the first round of sub-state play in boys action, 22-15 here at halftime, Ross.
Yeah, you knew it would be interesting to see how the Indians came out after such a long layoff with the COVID quarantines, and they came out, and then, you know, one of the concerns we had was how were they going to shoot the ball, and they struggled shooting the ball from the field a little bit, Dan, and then they got into foul trouble, and you know, that really made it worse, because the problem with the foul trouble is even if you play smart and you don't pick up the fouls, you know, more fouls, it takes away from your ability to be aggressive on defense and offense. You can't drive into the lane because you're worried about getting the charge, and you can't go for a steal because, you know, you don't want to get the reach in call, and that showed a little bit because we kind of clawed back into the game. We were down 6 or 8, and we got back within 2, and it looked like we had a little energy and a little life, and then a couple of key players, Kaiser and Trey, and picked up those third fouls, and you could just see Chetopa able to build the lead back up to 7.
Yeah, Hornets outscore the Indians in the first quarter 8-5, in the second quarter 14-10. So although the Indians double their offensive output in the second quarter, they allow the Hornets to outscore them still by 4 in the second period, and a Hornets lead 22-15 here at halftime. There's just, I think one thing Coach Watcher's going to address is to slow down and make your half-court possessions as highest percentage shot as you can, because entirely way too many turnovers. I don't know if you was keeping track of turnovers in that first half, but the Indians, actually both teams had a lot of turnovers, but that's one thing that the Indians need to clean up is the turnovers.
Yeah, we had 13 ahead of us for the half. It actually felt like more than that, definitely, because there were a lot of tip passes that maybe didn't get turned over, maybe went out of bounds, and we got kept possession. But yeah, it was kind of sloppy in the ball movement. Chetopa's just going to sit in that 2-1-2 zone, Dan, and half of our shots were three-pointers. They weren't, you know, they were, and as long as we're not really hitting them very good, they're just gonna make us keep shooting from the outside.
Yeah, and really against that 2-1-2 defense that Chetopa's putting on the Indians. O'Hara, about the only rebounder in there with the absence of Peyton Norris. You know, not a lot of size in there for a lot of rebound and action. Whether the Indians want to go to some kind of baseline runner, try to get some rebounders in there, because the Indians has been forced to put up a lot of threes from the outside. Kaiser Wartrick kind of got them back in the game, and they've made a few, but they've missed a lot too. And then it's usually one and done. With that against that 2-on-2, it's hard to get a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and that's where missing Mr. Norris really kind of hurts, because that was kind of his specialty, Dan, is getting those offensive rebounds and that kind of trash points, where you're just putting back up the putbacks, and we do miss that tonight, definitely.
22-15, Hornets up by 7 here at halftime. When we come back from this next 2-minute break, Ross will have all the first half individual stats for you. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. This is St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. 3:15 left to go here at halftime. Hornets lead 22-15. Ross, what do you got for first half stats?
Well, for the Indians, Kaiser Whitrick's leading the way at halftime with both 2 3-pointers, giving him 6 points on the night. Trey Peters has chipped in 5, and then Austin O'Hara made the first basket he shot of the night, but to give him 2, and then Dylan Pauly got a layup late in the second quarter to give him 2 as well. So that's the scoring for the Indians. For the Hornets, number 3 Carter has 7 points to lead the way for them. As far as overall stats, Dan, the Indians have shot 31 shots, and 15 of those were 3-pointers, shooting 19% from the field, 20% from three-point line, and obviously, that's not shooting it very well, and hopefully that number changes a little bit in the second half. Only shot 3 free throws for the night, or for the half, and didn't make any of them. And the Green Hornets, they had 15 free throws, Dan, and a lot of that is a result of all the foul trouble we had. Fortunately, they didn't shoot a very good percentage, less than 50%, but I think that's the concern going into the second half is, can we play aggressive even though we have a lot of kids, key players with a lot of fouls?
2:08 left to go left in halftime here, 22-15. When the Indians come back and win this game, they'll play next Friday night at Billy Fager Fieldhouse, and they will play the winner between Waverly, I lost it here, and I know that the girls will play next Thursday night, and they play Leroy Southern Coffee County, so that looks to be a good matchup for the girls, Ross.
Yeah, I know Leroy Southern Coffee County's record isn't that great, but they play in that tough Lyons County League, Dan, and their record could maybe be a little bit deceptive because there's 4 teams in that conference that are ranked, and if they're playing them twice, there's 8 losses you have against high-quality opponents. Doesn't mean you're a bad team, just means that you're playing some pretty good teams. And so, you know, hopefully the Indians don't let that record fool them. The Lady Indians come out and, you know, play hard right out of the gate, because I think that maybe is a little bit of a trap game.
22-15, Hornets up by 7. We'll be back with third quarter after this last 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
What was the score in the Moran Southern Coffee County game, Dan?
77-12.
I thought that was Altoona. That was.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll look it up later.
Are you there, Mark? Yes. Okay. Welcome back. We are set to get underway here in the third quarter. It will be St. Paul's basketball
Indians
to start this third period.
Yep. Indians going to throw out the same starting 5 that they started the game with, Dan, and of course, no mystery here. Trey Peters and Kaiser Weitrick Trey Peters and Beechner both have 3 fouls each, so they got to be careful coming out of the gate.
On the floor for the Indians, Beechner, Peters, Austin O'Hara, Kaiser Weitrick, and Ivan Murillo. Hornets stay in that 2-on-2 zone defense. Cross-court pass over to Beechner. Beechner down to the baseline to Weitrick. Indians being patient here on offense. Beechner, jump shot on the way. Just, man, that rim must be. That's like the third or fourth time the basketball for either team has bounced clear over the backboard.
Yeah, they got that thing bolted down tight, because the ball takes a pretty wicked hop when it hits the rim.
Not a bad shot put up by Landon. Just couldn't get it to go. Little zone press defense by the Indians. Little trap off to the corner. 3 on the way. Long, no good. Trey with the rebound.
Yeah, nice adjustment by Coach Weitrick to try to get that press and maybe get some easy shots off turnovers.
Jump shot by O'Hara. Gets it to go and scores. And gets the lead to 5. Full court pressure applied by the Indians. Dugan with the basketball. Gets knocked away. Loose on the floor. O'Hara ahead to the field to Weitrick. Layup. No good. Landon Beechner with the rebound. Put back. No good. Tipped around. Controlled by chetopa.
Oh, tough block there, Dan. We had 2 point-blank shots. Just couldn't get them to fall.
Now Wright with the basketball. Off to Dugan. Back to Wright. And going to be blocked. That's going to be Trey Peters' 4th foul.
Yeah, and, you know, Trey's about 3 inches, 4 inches taller than the chetopa player. And from our angle, it didn't look like a horrible block. But when you have 3 fouls and you're just starting the third quarter, Dan, I think you have to play a little bit more conservative on defense and maybe not go for that block.
That's going to send Wright to the line to shoot 2. First free throw right up and through there as Vincent Smith comes in for Peters, who just picked up his 4th foul with just over a minute gone in the third period. Second free throw on its way off, no good. Murillo with the rebound.
I'd like to see the Indians maybe try to post Ivan up down low, and he's a lot bigger and stronger than the Hornets post players, and see if he can't do something down low. 3
by Weitrick, way long, no good. Backside rebound to Scott. Scott pushes the ball. Vincent Smith cuts him off. Long 3-pointer on the way again. Right up and through there by Beck. 26-17, 9-point lead for the Hornets. Murillo with the basketball. Cross-court pass to Beechner. Beechner to Smith, inside to O'Hara, out to Murillo. 3 on the way by Ivan. Off, no good. Rebound Smith, off to Weitrick. Weitrick in the lane, jump shot on the way, good.
Nice job by the Indians staying with it on the offensive boards, and Kaiser with a nice 3-foot jump shot.
Here comes that trap defense. Wright with the basketball off the corner. Another 3 on the way by no good, and that's going to be a foul on who?
Number 2, right.
On right. That 3 was put up by Beck, who had just come off of making one.
Nice strong rebound by Ivan. He went up, got it at its highest point, and Beck tried to rip it out of his, or Wright tried to rip it out of his hands, and Ivan played strong and was able to get the foul call.
26-19, 7-point lead for the Hornets. Indians basketball. Carter back into the game for the Hornets. He had 8 in the first half. Beechner off to Murillo. Murillo into the lane. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. Swatted out of bounds. That was off a piece.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree with the crowd.
Yeah.
It looked to me like Dakota Peace swatted that out of bounds. And into Carter. Carter with the basketball with his left hand. Up the top of the key. Crosses over into the lane. Short on the shot. Gets his own rebound. Dribbles out. 3 on the way. Way long. No good. O'Hara ahead to Watrick. Watrick's layup. Good.
Kaiser with 4 in a row.
Ooh, that's a walk. Yes, it is. Good defense by Landon Beechner. Travel on Carter, and the Indians as close as they've been for a while. Within 5, 26-21. 5:09 left to go in the third. Indians getting a little energy off that press, Ross.
Yeah, that's the importance of making some baskets because it allows that press to be set up. Chetopa's not the best ball handling team we've seen all year, and I think we can get some turnovers over it, but the key is to be able to set it up from the beginning.
Beechner for 3. No good long. Murillo and Peace chasing for it, and it's going to be off of Murillo and go back to the Hornets.
But it seems like we've picked up our energy level a little bit on defense, Dan, and we've gotten some easy baskets off the press.
Vanetta with into the game for the Hornets. Scott set to put the ball in play, feeds it into Beck. Beck, cross-court pass to Peace. Peace in towards the rim, shot up, can't get it to go, no good. Backside rebound to Smith. Oh, way too late. Landon waited way too long. Everybody on the bench was hollering, and Landon waited too long to get it across court pass.
Yeah, he had trouble corralling the outlet pass, and by the time he got it corralled and spun around, Kaiser wasn't open like he was early on.
Peace, he just fires it across court out of bounds. Winner into the game. .438 left to go in the third. 26-21, 30-second timeout. Chetopa, we'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Dan? No? Oh, okay. Indians, Austin O'Hara with a nice jump shot inside to cut the lead to 26-23. The Indians back within 3. That's Austin's 4th point of the third quarter, 6th point on the night. Nice job by the Indians to feed it down low. Green Hornets bring the ball down the court. They have it on the wing. Indians are going to stay in a little 2-3, 2-1-2 zone. Ball driven in the basket by number 4. Scott kicks it back out to number 13, Beck with a long 3, his second 3 of the second half, and the Hornets back up to a 6-point lead. Indians have the ball with Kaiser saved by Kaiser, a long shot by Winter for a 3, so a nice answer by Mason Winter to cut the lead back to 3. Indians with their press, the Hornets kind of break it easy that time, have numbers on the offensive end. Don't get the shot to fall. The Indians back with it, and they're going to fast break it. Ivan Murillo is going to take it all the way. When he misses the layup as he goes in, but it was a nice idea by Ivan. He got the rebound and was able to get the whole length of the court, just couldn't get it to fall. But unfortunately, he missed the layup, and Green Hornets with the rebound, and Ivan with a little bit of a frustration foul on that. Didn't need that. That's going to be his 3rd foul. Going to be the Indians' 3rd foul of the second half. So
Hornets set to put the ball in play. I think we're maybe got a little better phone connection here. Apologize for all the static. 29-26, Indians within 3. Hornets up by 3. Into right with the basketball for the Hornets. Crosses over. Here comes the trap. Winner and gets it across court to Beck. Now down to the corner. Feed inside. And that is going to be a push on Murillo. That's going to be his 4th. Back-to-back fouls on Ivan. So Murillo and Peters both with 4 fouls. 3:17 left to go in the third. 29-26. 3-point lead for the Hornets. Wilson Smith into the game for the first time tonight for Murillo.
Yeah, and one thing we haven't talked about tonight, Dan, is if the Indians lose this game, this is going to be the seniors' final night playing basketball. So that's something to think about too.
Peace feeds it in. Tough shot on the way and up and good by Dugan.
Yeah, nice inbounds play by the Hornets to kick the lead back up to 5.
Watrick feeds it over to Vincent Smith. Cross-court pass right to Peace. Nobody right into the passing lane, so not a good pass. Carter with the basketball. Feeds it back out to right. Long 3 on the way. Short. Gets his own rebound. No block out. Backside Peace with a wild shot. No good. Carter with the rebound. And there's going to be another foul on the floor on the Indians. 4th team foul on the Indians.
Yeah, that possession things were getting maybe a little erratic, and finally the foul was called.
St. Paul chips away and gets back close, and then too many. Long 3 on the way again, way off this time. Peace gets it knocked away. Wilson Smith feeds it off to Watrick, and he turns it right back over to Peace. 3-on-1 opportunity to Carter. Shot up and in.
Nice.
33-26, back up by 7. Indians was within 3.
Yeah, seems like every time the Indians make a little run and we think we're going to be right back in it, the Hornets have an answer.
Another lazy pass, stolen by Peace. Layup good.
Coach Wytrick's going to use a timeout here, Dan.
A 1-minute timeout by the Indians of St. Paul. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. One minute, please. Welcome back. 2:09 left to go in the third. 35-26. Hornets back up by 9. Indians was within 3, but too many turnovers took all the momentum away from the Indians, and Hornets back with it. And as I speak, Mason Winter throws it right into the lane, into traffic. Shot up, good, and Winter fouls him. So, and yet another turnover on the Indians, and it's going to be an and one opportunity. Hornets now up.
Yeah, that was just a frustration foul by Mason. He had the turnover on the offensive end, and the Green Hornets had a breakaway layup, and he just kind of fouled him out of frustration.
Now it's going to be out of bounds on the Indians. It's going to be Hornets basketball off the miss on the free throw. 37-26, 11-point lead for the Hornets. 2:01 left to go in the third. Biggest lead of the game for Chetopa. Right with the basketball. Gets a wild shot to go, so everything going right for the Hornets right now and nothing for the Indians.
Yeah, I think this is a critical time in the game. The Indians really can't let this get out of hand any more than it is.
Watrick with the basketball. Watrick bounce pass over to Beechner. Beechner into the lane. Euro step, shot up. No good. Rebound to the Hornets. Peace feeds it back to right. Bounce pass ahead. all the way in. Crazy reverse layup shot, no good. Fought for underneath, saved right into the Hornets. Now the ball's still loose on the floor. Dylan Pauly with the breakaway. Pauly all the way down, layup good.
Nice job by Dylan. Indians needed that, Dan.
Right with the basketball, into the rim, layup good, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Hornets, they gave up the layup to Pauly, but they got the ball down the court fast and were able to kind of catch the Indians not getting back in time.
1:11 left to go in the third, 41-28. All of a sudden a 13-point lead for the Hornets, trying to make it 14.
And that's going to put Chetopa in the bonus the rest of the way, too.
Right, makes the free throw.
He's got 6 points for the second half after 4 in the first, giving him double digits on the night.
Beechner with the basketball.
Indians really just need someone to step up and make a basket.
Beechner drives in, kicks it out. Winner, looked like a walk, got away with it. Backside rebound, knocked out of bounds by Watrick off the miss, goes right back to the Hornets. 16 fouls on the Indians, just 1 on the Hornets. And they're out of bounds off of Watrick.
Nice hustle by Kaiser.
Good hustle by Kaiser, knocking it out of bounds. 59.4 seconds left to go. There wasn't no foul. It was just knocked out of bounds.
Yeah.
Did he call a foul?
Well,
he just called it knocking the ball out of bounds.
He just called it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Well,
now we got massive confusion.
Okay. The ref closest to the play called it out of bounds. The ref way at half court called a foul, and the Indians were assuming that the ref that called it out of bounds was the one who made the call, and the other one who nobody really saw make the foul call is the one who overruled everything.
No wonder Coach Watrick was confused, because I was just as confused.
Yeah.
As Ross just explained, the guy clear out by half court. One closest to it called it knocked out on Kaiser. Everybody's lining up for the inbounds. Anyway, irregardless, Wright misses the front end of one-on-one. Rebound comes out to Kaiser. Off to Winter, to Vincent Smith. Smith drives to his left, back up top to Watrick. Watrick swings it around to Winter. Winter back to Watrick. Watrick out to Landon Beechner. Long three on the way, good.
Yeah, nice job by Landon. His first points of the game, but came at a good time because the Indians really, if they want to get back in this, need to get a basket or two here pretty quick.
Right with the basketball, loses it, whips it around to Peace. Peace drives into the lane, kicks it out, 3 on the way, good.
Well, there's Chetopa having an answer every time St. Paul looks like they might have a little momentum.
45-31, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Watrick drives the baseline, feeds it to Pauly, layup no good, but he's fouled with 1.8 left to go in the third.
St. Paul's first free throws of the second half.
Pauly goes to the line to shoot 2, 45-31, 14-point lead for the Hornets. 1.8 seconds left to go in the third, 45-31. Hornets up by 14 as we have a pause for Tyler Shue. As Pauly lines up at the free throw line. So he lines up to shoot 2. And Dylan's first free throw on the way right through there. As Pauly lines up for his second. Second free throw on its way off the back iron, no good. Rebound comes out to Dugan, and that's going to be the end of the third period. 13-point lead for the Hornets, 45-32. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. welcome back. Shot put right up and in there to start the fourth by Dugan. And back up to 15-point lead for the Hornets. Beechner tries another three. Good! Landon Beechner warming up from outside. Indians need some steals here. No fouls as Trey Peters and Murillo back into the game for the Indians.
Yeah, if the Indians are going to get back in this game, they're going to need someone to get hot from the outside.
Beck fires up another long-range three and answers Beechner's three. It is an unorthodox look shot, but he makes them go in as Kaiser Watrick right back down for the Indians.
Yeah, nice job by Kaiser. They just kind of let him keep dribbling into the lane, and so he took what they gave him and made the shot.
Right, all the way down, three-pointer on the way, off, no good. Peters with the rebound. There's a foul on Peace. Just the third team foul on Chetopa. 13-point lead for the Hornets. 7:07 left to go in the game. Beechner set to put the ball in play to Peters. Trey and Ivan both out on the floor with 4 fouls each.
Yeah, they need to be careful, but I think if we're going to get back into this game, we need him out there.
Watrick with the basketball. Off to Beechner. Beechner up top to Peters, whips it around to Murillo. Murillo, cross-court pass to Beechner. Beechner feeds it into the elbow to O'Hara, gets it stripped away, and there's going to be a foul on Austin as he gets it knocked out of his hands, and that's going to send Dugan to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
I was going to say, Landon's made 2 threes in a row. I think I'd try to find a way on that possession to get him another shot, but before we could do that, we had the turnover.
Dugan at the line, shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. That is the 8th team foul on the Indians. Just 3 on the Hornets. Free throw on its way. Short, no good. O'Hara with a rebound as he bounced it off of Murillo's shoulder, but Murillo chases it down. Landon with another 3. Off, just a little off the back iron, no good. Oh, there's a weak foul on O'Hara. And that's going to send that's going to send Scott to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Scott to the line to shoot the front end of 1-and-1. 6:35 left to go in the game. 13-point lead for the Hornets. Scott settles in. It's on its way. Gets the roll. As it rolled over the front of the rim and off the back of the rim and in. Scott settles in for his second with 6:35 left to go. 14-point lead for the Hornets. This one's short. Murillo with the rebound. It's not a mountain that the Indians can't climb, but they're going to have to play well here going down the stretch.
Yeah, cut down the turnovers and hit some shots. And go ahead, Dan.
There's a foul against Watrick, or on
the defender guarding Watrick on that one.
And that's going to be the 4th team foul, so it's still going to stay with the Indians. That foul is on number 2, Wright, correct? Yeah,
yes.
3rd foul on Wright. Pauly set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Pauly into the game.
Giving Austin O'Hara a little bit of a breather. Austin's been doing hard work down low. Well, we got something on the court.
Well, Ivan had to take off his red armband, been playing with it the whole game, and they finally figured it out here with 6:26 left to go in the game. Trey Peters with the basketball. 6:25 left to go in the game. Watrick with it. Fires up a long 3. Short, no good. Rebound, and it's going to be out of bounds. Good job by Pauly forcing Dugan out of bounds. It's going to go back to Indians, so Indians with another opportunity.
Yeah, need to take advantage of it, Dan. Clock's going to start being our enemy here before long.
Up top to Watrick. He about loses it, reels it back in, whips it to the corner to Beechner. Long 3, short, no good. Watrick chases it, and that's going to, it's going to be out on the Indians and going to go back to the Hornets.
Yeah, I didn't get the basket, but I like the play call off the inbounds play. Landon's kind of had the hot hand lately, and we got him the shot in the corner.
Tapped away, now stolen away. Pauly with the basketball. Pauly feeds it off to Murillo, so that's what the Indians need. Just lots of steals and some scores. Peters with the 3. On the way, no good. Beechner with the rebound. Beechner feeds it to Pauly at the elbow. Feeds it back to Beechner. 3-pointer on the way. Off, looked good. No good. Rebound comes off to the Hornets. Off to Beck. shot in front of the rim, no good. Murillo tips it out to Pauly, and Pauly gets it stripped away by Beck. Layup good.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of Dylan wanting to get the ball down the court as fast as he could, knowing time is an issue, and just had his pick pocket for the easy layup.
16-point
pick for the easy layup.
16-point lead. Watrick rode down in there by Beck. Indians defense giving up 53 points to the Hornets.
Yeah, Hornets have. I haven't been keeping their shooting percentage, but they haven't really shot the ball too bad this second half.
No, they've shot it well, especially from the outside. Watrick with the basketball, 3 on the way, no good. Rebound comes out to right for the Hornets.
I think I'm chetopa, Dan. I walk the ball down the court and don't take anything fast.
Right wing off to Dugan. Dugan with the basketball gets it poked out of bounds by Peters, so it'll stay with the Hornets.
That's where foul trouble with Ivan and Trey come into play, and Landon and Kaiser, because we really can't go for the steals too hard because we can't pick up any fouls.
Beck with the basketball for the Hornets. Man-to-man defense applied by the Indians. Off the right off to Dugan. Dugan forces his shot up, can't get it to go. Swatted around, controlled by Murillo. Murillo, cross-court pass to Trey Peters. Long 3 on the way, no good. Rebound comes out to Carter, and he walks with it and gives it right back to the Indians.
Indians 8 3-pointer in the fourth quarter alone, 1 for 8.
St. Paul basketball under their own rim. Trey Peters set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Peters with the basketball, lobs it in to Murillo. Straight from the top of the key, long 3, no good. Peters with the rebound. Put back, no good, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job by Trey staying with that one and being persistent on the offensive boards. Gets a chance to get 2 free throws.
Peters at the line to shoot 2. Lines up for his first. It's on its way. In and out, no good. Spun out as Austin O'Hara checks back into the game for Murillo. Trey Peters lines up for his second. It's on its way and in there.
Trey's first point of the second half gives him 6 for the night.
Double team coming by the Indians, and a turnover gives it right back to the Indians. Need to take advantage here. 53-38. 15-point lead for the Hornets. 4:35 left to go in the game. Winner of this game will take on Waverly next Friday night. Time to be announced. They wait till the first round games are done and then set the times for the games. Peters to the lane, can't make it. Put back, no good. Rebound to Pauly, no good, but he's fouled. I love the energy by Dylan Pauly. He just gets in there and scraps for every rebound he can.
Yeah, he does a nice job of just playing hard down low. He has two offensive rebounds in a row, and he gets rewarded by going to the free throw line.
Pauly settles into the line. First one on its way off, no good. Pauly settles in for his second. On its way, good. Chetopa basketball. Coming down hard with the ball is Scott. Gets it poked away. Stays with Chetopa. It is Dugan with the basketball against O'Hara. Fires up a long 3. And we got a timeout, Chetopa.
Yeah.
And it's a 30-second timeout. Nope, it's going to be a 1-minute timeout. So we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. welcome back. And out of the timeout, off of the inbounds, Dugan scores. Watrick right back down with it. Cross court to Pauly. Pauly's jump shot, no good. Austin O'Hara with the rebound. Put back, no good. Slapped around, and it's going to be out on the Indians. And go back to the Hornets. 55-39, 16-point lead for the Hornets. 3:50 left to go in the game. Carter with the basketball. Backdoor pass, shot up. It's going to be should be a jump ball. Instead, it's going to be a foul.
That's what I thought, Dan. It looked like we had all ball and we had it long enough to cause the jump ball. Oh, that's going to be on Trey.
He's fouled Trey Peters out of the game.
Trey was not the one, the defender with the hand on the ball. He was standing off to the side. I couldn't really see from my angle if he had contact, but obviously the ref felt he did. In my opinion, doesn't matter.
Give Trey a big hand. Ended up with 6. Well, I'm not sure. My stats got all messed up, but I got him with 6 on the night. Free throw up and in there by Dugan. Indians have not got the calls tonight as Dugan made the second, but that's no excuse for all the turnovers they've had. Vincent Smith back to Beechner. Beechner jump shot on the way, no good. O'Hara with the rebound, put back, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Now they're going to call a jump ball. And it's going to go to the Indians on the possession error.
Yeah, Indians have gotten cold, Dan. They've missed their last 14 shots, and it's hard to make up a double-digit lead when you just have trouble getting it in the basket.
O'Hara with the basketball on the inbounds. 3:32 left to go in the game. Beechner with the basketball. Cross court to Smith. Two-pointer on the way. Short, no good. Indians can't buy a basket. Beck with the basketball. Off to right wing to Dugan. Dugan spins, shot up, on its way, good. As he's really caught fire here in the second half.
Yeah, he only had 2 points at halftime, Dan, but that gives him 8, 11, 12 points in the second half.
Vincent Smith thought about the three, passed it off. Pauly bounces it off of Wright's leg, out of bounds. 3:01 left to go in the game. Murillo back into the game for O'Hara, or for Pauly. 59-39, 20-point lead for the Hornets. They look to advance to play Waverly next Friday night at Billy Fager Fieldhouse in St. Paul. O'Hara's jump shot on the way, right through there and good.
Nice shot by Austin. Gives him 8 for the night.
One thing about it, Ross, with just 2 seniors on the squad for the Indians, Ivan Murillo and Wilson Smith, they have a lot to look forward to next year if the boys get in the gym and straighten up some of the shooting from the outside.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about it this season, earlier in the season, Dan, when they were actually getting some games in, that we are a young team and it's a lot of growing pains this year, and you figure they're going to get bigger and stronger and faster, and they should be better next year.
Well, it looked like a foul. Either way, it's going to be a foul on Chetopa here on the rebound. Oh, wait a minute. Who is that on?
Apparently they're saying...
They're going to call Ivan Murillo. He just fouled out of the game. So the lone senior for the Indians fouls out with his 5th with 2:36. So
that will be Ivan's last moments on the court as he is a senior, Dan. I'm sure that's a bittersweet moment for him.
2:36 left to go in the game. 59-41. Yeah, it has to be a bitter taste in his mouth. Peace with the free throw, no good. Short on the play. Peace settles in for a second. 2:36 left to go in the game. 59-41. Chetopa's really spread this lead out here with poor shooting from the Indians. Indians doing a little better job not turning the ball over here in the second half, but just not being able to shoot make a shot, too many shots from the outside.
No.
Every time they did, the Hornets answered.
Yes.
So that seemed to be the big keys here. O'Hara, another jump shot on the way. No good, short, rebound, right.
Yeah, I think that third quarter, when St. Paul actually was playing pretty good offensively, like you said, Dan, every time we made a run, we'd get maybe a couple baskets in a row and looked like the momentum was swinging in our favor. Someone from Chetopa would come down and hit a big 3-pointer or 2-pointer and just kind of knock the wind out of our sails.
Yeah. O'Hara and Winter, the 2 juniors on the floor. The other 3 are sophomores, Watrick, Beechner, and Smith. Pauly's just a sophomore. Trey Peters just a sophomore. Mason Winter's 3's no good. Vincent Smith with the rebound. Landon with the 3. Long, Vincent Smith, another offensive rebound. Excuse me, and O'Hara with the putback for the 2.
Yeah, it gives Austin 10 points for the night. He's had a nice little offensive game.
Back with the basketball. Oh, it had to be a carry. Now it's going to be a foul on the Indians, on Smith. Double bonus. That's going to send Carter to the line to shoot 2.
Carter, he's been a little quiet the second half, although the Hornets haven't needed him to score much. He had 7 points at halftime and looked like he was well on his way to double digits, but only 2 so far in the second half.
Carter lines up for 2. First one on its way. In and out, no good. I don't have the ages of the Hornets. They gave it no programs with COVID, and they gave on the start lineups, but I didn't catch everybody's age. Of course, they just give the starters, but I know there's some seniors on the squad.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, Dan.
So Carter, or the Hornets, look to advance here next Friday night to play Waverly in the semifinals as they lead 61-43. Watrick over to Winter. Winter at the baseline. Drives in. Floater with his left hand. No good. Short. Right. Effort hasn't been the problem for the Indians at all. They've given the effort. They're just shooting percentage from the outside is just terrible. And too many first half turnovers as Zach Kirkpatrick and Wilson Smith both to the scores table for the Indians with 1:34 left to go in the game. So Coach Watrick is going to finish out the season here off, which has been just quite honestly a rough season for the Indians with everything that's went on between COVID quarantines and not being able to get games in and not being able to practice, and hopefully that is all straightened up this summer and next year.
Yeah, you don't want to. It'd be sad to see us have to go through, not just St. Paul, but all teams have to go through this kind of protocol again 2 seasons in a row.
All I can say is everybody go get a shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's put this mess behind us so these kids can enjoy themselves out on the court. Watrick shot no good. Peace with the rebound for the Hornets. I know Peace is a senior. I remember that.
Yeah.
So the Hornets, 1:13 left to go in the game. Timeout, Hornets. It's going to be a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. I want to make sure everybody join us. Let me see. St. Paul plays Leroy Southern Coffee County. Mark back in the studio next Thursday, 8 o'clock game time for the girls next Thursday night at Billy Fager Fieldhouse. So tune back in as we are back underway here. Be on the air about 7:45 or after this first semifinal game as Mason Winter with the shot no good. Kaiser Watrick put back, swatted away. And Zach Kirkpatrick and Wilson Smith both fight for the rebound. Loose on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball possession era towards the Hornets.
Yeah, and Dan, if you're an Indian fan, check with family members and kids associated with the team because they're going to have extra tickets compared to, they're increasing it from 4 per person to maybe 6 or 8 per person, at least 6. I don't know about the 8. So there might be some more seats available, so it'd be good to come out and really support the Indians on that sub-state game.
They sure will, as I think it goes more towards capacity of the gymnasium. And yes, this game, 6 as shot up by Beechner, no good. Mason Winter, put back, good. Also, I want to make sure, Ross, that we thank all our sponsors. Indian boys still playing extremely hard here, but we're going to come up short. All our sponsors have been great this year. shot up and on its way. No good by number 1, Miller. 12 seconds left in the game. Chetopa's going to come out with a 64-45 victory here.
Yeah,
Or
sponsors.
somewhere around that.
Yes, definitely thanks to all the sponsors for really supporting the Indians financially all season long. They're the reason that we get to have these games on the radio and on the live stream, Dan.
Beechner to Winter, over to Watrick, drives in, baseline jump shot on the way, no good. And that's going to be the final score. Chetopa 64, Indians 45. We'll be back with final game stats after this 2-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Well, thank everybody for joining us on the live stream. Join us next Thursday night about 7:45 for girls